I have been working at a travel center part-time, now full-time here a lot as of late, and we are considered an essential business because we provide diesel fuels to the semi-trucks that run supplies around. So literally, we're not going to shut down or stop working until the state of Missouri or the federal government come down and tells us that we can't run anymore. So that having been said, with a lot of the hours that a lot of people that I work with, when they finally get a chance to be able to go to the store and try to get a week's worth of groceries, it's impossible right now. And last night when my wife and I went and ordered grocery shopping, we got $50 worth of groceries. We were lucky in order to be able to pluck that little bit creatively off the shelves. I mean, there were some things we got lucky with, but it was all just aisle after aisle of nothing. And we live in a small town, about 15,000 people. So, and that's that. And I can't imagine what it's like in the major cities, like back in Florida, where I came from, like Tampa and such. Um, and on top of that, imagine being a doctor or someone who is a first responder or somebody who is working even exponentially more hours than what I am right now. Their families are home, they're trying to stay safe. When these people finally get a chance to go out and try and get things to for them to possibly run into that kind of demoralizes me a little bit. But the uptick last night was we did have a stranger just randomly buy the $50 in groceries that we were able to get. So people are being good in this, but there's just some things where we're kind of screwing each other over a little bit. Like this everybody for themselves mentality, kind of just like lay off of that a little bit. Hell, there's even been people door checking my apartments here as of late. Like my
Yeah,
wife
when you told me about
consistently
that, I'm
tells
like,
me.
what?
My wife has been telling me that like even like 15, 20 minutes after I go to work, there has just been somebody running through both the floors of our apartment complex and checking doorknobs, seeing if they're locked or not. And we've already talked to our neighbors about it, and we've talked to the police department about it. They're not doing a whole hell of a lot of house calls right now, unfortunately. So I mean, obviously, there's like 10 of them, so they're not exactly going to go door to door right now and risk getting themselves infected, and which is logical. So we all kind of need to just. And I don't want to stand on a soapbox and preach. I really don't, because like this is not what we're here for. But guys, we're all going to get through this if we all work together and be a little bit more thoughtful of each other in this. And it is happening, and it is a beautiful thing in order to see. I'm not gonna like just be like, holy shit, only the worst of humanity is coming out through all of this. Like, no, there is good that's coming out of this too. But we've got to be just a hair more considerate of each other. There are people who are not home all day. There are people who essentially in some cases cannot elect to self-quarantine. They either can't afford to because their jobs are not being covered right now, at least in the US,
It's
and
kind of
or
same with
we have
UK.
to be there.
It's kind of same with UK, but regarding people hoarding food and everything, here's the thing: it's fine to hoard for like for a little bit, like just for little stuff. But I just don't give like certain, let's say, like toilet paper. Why would you want to hoard toilet paper? You're not gonna have diarrhea if you get a virus.
I don't understand that one either. Like the only thing I can possibly come bring my head around to in order to make it make any sense is people are thinking it could double as tissues in a need be with a question mark.
But you
I
can.
mean,
There's so many things you can use as a substitute.
indeed, it's called a bidet.
It's just like hoard toilet paper. For example, I went to my local Lidl, and there's like literally nothing. And what I hate most about it, because there's nothing, you cannot thinking, well, shit, I kind of need to hoard myself because otherwise nothing's gonna be left.
Because what little few times I'm going to be able to get to the store, like I've got to be able to get as much as what little bit I can, and
Yeah.
that's going to create problems in of itself. And we don't. Again, I just want to stress this: we don't really mean to like stand on these soapboxes right now and be like this, but I feel like it's kind of everybody's duty right now in order to kind of look out for one another and be like, there's some things civilly that we do to one another that kind of needs to either outright stop or come to a slow because there's hackers already that are exploiting the data websites already. I mean, that was a week and a half after all of this started up, and I'm like, wow, the amount of people that are trying to exploit this is just staggering in a way, and it sucks because it's, you know,
I mean,
fucking people.
it is. I just like, and not even that, because you hoard, right? You all gather all the like food and everything. There's nothing left. You basically put other people that are vulnerable to that in danger just because you think you need all that shit. No one's stopping you from going from your home to get some groceries. No one's stopping. You don't have to hoard.
Yeah, even in the quarantined and locked down areas, they're saying like, yes, you can go out in order to go to store if absolutely necessary. Nobody has said that like the supply lines are completely cut off and like this is the beginning of a movie or some shit.
Here's the thing: supplies are fine. It's being delivered as normal. It's just too many people buying shit. They're
overwhelmed.
Yeah, it's just too many people buying shit, and they have to wait until the next day delivery or something like that. Which is, just think about the people that are vulnerable that need those supplies, wherever those supplies are. Because, or the most thing you can do, the most normal thing you could ever do that protect yourself and not being selfish, basically wear rubber gloves, have a mask, and that's fine. Wash your hands.
Wash your damn hands.
Wash your goddamn hands. Don't, for example, also to the people, the same thing goes to UK and USA, because for some reason these two countries are the most stupid ones when it comes to quarantine. If you're quarantined, you stay bloody home. Don't go out just because, we didn't close the pubs during the World War II. Listen, there's a difference between World War II and a fucking pandemic. There's a difference.
There are services that people are that they're up and helping to deliver food to people who are in quarantine by the either CDC or by, in your case, the NHS. Like, there are services in place that help people. So like I said, it's not like we're all completely into this whole everyone for themselves mentality. It's we're all helping each other out in the ways that we need to. We need to do more because this can last for a while. We've got, I think last night on the news, I know I'd seen that we have potentially a drug that can treat it. We've had it for a while, and we have another one. One of them, I think, was like an anti-Ebola medicine, and the other one we've been using to treat, God, I can't remember what it was called. But we've had it since like the 1950s. So those are showing promise. So I mean, there's promise in all of this. It's not all bad, people. But it is bad.
Also, when you told me that people buy bullets right now,
yeah, the ammo hoarding has begun.
We're not going to war. There's not apocalypse. Just be smart. Jesus Christ.
But at the same time, again, like people door checking each other. Like
why?
I don't understand why, of all times, with something like this, people still feel the need to be exploitative. That's the part that I stand on my box and say, look, guys, like, just not. How about not?
It's just a shitty thing to do, like the most shittiest thing you do. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't want to stay on this coronavirus thing all the time, but basically what me and Ray basically trying to say is, and hope you can tell that to others, don't be a dipshit to people that are vulnerable to the virus. Have a bit of common sense.
This affects all of us.
Yes.
Every single fucking one of us. All of us. Doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter where you come from. What you believe in does not matter. Everybody, just love everybody. Keep your distance. Take care of one another. And for fuck's sake, just be good to one another. And this will all, when we get past this, we all just gonna sit down, have a drink, and be like, yay, we did it. Another thing we accomplished. It took another calamity to get us to unite again.
Yeah, and I just hope people will realize, I hope one day that we, as humanity, come together and realize what's the right thing to do. I just hope everyone else will get it one day, but I don't know.
Like I said, there's going to be a lot of change that's going to be as a result of this. There's going to be a lot of things that life is probably not going to be exactly the same ever again, and we may never know in exactly how many ways for a very, very long time. So, again, we're all in this together, people.
Yep.
Now let's air hug and continue on.
Just yeah, that was a public announcement. Just be smart.
Your hands upon a dead man's gun and you're looking down the sights. Your heart is worn and the seams are torn.